guys, welcome to this Lockdown 2 coaching video. Lockdown 1 I covered a load of basic skills on using a BMX, and that was in the summer. Obviously now we're in the winter time, so I've moved on to mountain biking, and today we're going to be looking at getting over stuff in the trail. Stuff like this log. So we're going to be looking at our bunny hop technique. We're going to break it down. We're going to do a front wheel lift, we're going to do a back wheel lift, we're going to do the whole bunny hop, and we're going to look at how you guys can get your wheels off the ground. So with the bunny hop, that obviously then progresses and becomes a jump once we've got a ramp to jump off of, and we'll go into jumping as well. So before we start the ride, obviously we want to make sure our bike's set up properly. So first thing, I'd advise putting the seat down low. If you ride clips or not, chuck some flat pedals on. Can really drill down and make sure you've got proper technique before clipping in. So looking at the bunny hop as a whole, it's a technique called pop, scoop, shove. We're going to pop the front wheel, we're going to scoop the back wheel, and we're going to shove the bike forward. So when it gets in the air, it's going to go front wheel, back wheel, whole bike. The reason we're going to do that is because if we look at what's commonly known as an English bunny hop, ultimately you're going to find a plateau of height that you can get. With the pop, scoop, shove technique, there's no limit to how high you can go apart from what your brain's going to allow you to do. So as I said earlier, we're going to start first, and I'm going to show you a bunny hop. So hopefully from that video you can see the pop, scoop and the shove. The pop is the initial front wheel movement, the scoop is the feet hooking the pedals, lifting that back wheel, and the shove is the leveling the bike, getting ready to land. So how do we do these three things? Well, first things first, we're going to work on that pop. We're going to work on that front wheel lift. So here we are on the same trail, and as you can see, I've moved the big log out of the way, and I've given us a much smaller obstacle to start with. So we're going to be working on that front wheel lift. We call it the pop. So we're going to come towards our obstacle. We're going to be in attack position. That means we're going to be hips centered over the seat. We're going to create a horseshoe shape with our arms. We're going to be covering the brakes. We're going to be looking forward about 5 to 10 meters. So about 5 to 10 meters before this obstacle, you're already planning in your head what you're going to do. You're going to have the pedals level, and you're going to be on the ball of the foot. It's really key that we make sure our foot position's correct so we're not slipping and sliding around. A lot of guys move into clips saying they can't keep their feet on the pedals. They've either got poor shoes, poor pedals, or poor foot position, or all three. So with the pop, first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be compressing that body. We're going to keep those hips centered. With those horseshoe shaped arms, we're going to bring our chest down low towards the bars. Then unlike the manual where we move backwards, this move is simply a move upwards. We're going to be aiming to throw our head, shoulders and our hips in an upward motion like this. That way we're going to be going up and taking the bike with us. The hips do move back very slightly, but we don't want to be moving right back over that back wheel yet, but that comes later on. So I'll show you first how we're going to get that front wheel up. So as I approach the obstacle, I'm in the attack position, I'm going to compress, and I'm going to pull that front wheel right up. So we'll do that again, this time from the front, attack position, compress, lift. So that's component part one of our bunny hop, the pop. Next part is the scoop. So we're actually going to scoop our feet into the pedals. As we reach almost full extension from that pop position, we start to scoop the feet and push backwards into the pedals. That way we can create the lift. As we push backwards, our back wheel's going to come into the air as we scoop and push those feet round into the pedals. We're also going to keep going up. So the back wheel lift. Watch for the scoop of the feet. So hopefully you can see from that, the back wheel lift really is just that scoop and flick with the feet. It's quite a technical move and takes a little bit of confidence, but once you've mastered that and combine that with the front wheel lift, you can create a bunny hop. What we're going to do now, we're going to do a front wheel lift and a back wheel lift over a small obstacle like this log here. So as I approach the obstacle heading down the trail, I'm in the attack position, I'm going to compress, I'm going to do the front wheel lift and the back wheel lift. So that's the two movements done individually and then together. The bunny hop now comes when we get more and more dynamic with those movements and more explosive. So as we get that front wheel lift to the peak, rather than waiting for it to drop, we then scoop those feet and bring the back wheel up. That's going to bring the bike in the air. So that's our pop and our scoop combined. The next bit is the shove. So once the bike gets in the air, we go from our compression to our popping to our scooping. We're then going to shove. So we forcibly push the arms forward. That way the bike's going to level. Back wheel's going to be slightly lower than the front, and we're going to aim to land. And then as the wheels touch, we're going to soften our landing by bending our knees. So I'm going to move on now, and I'm going to put those movements together and add that shove. So there you go, that's the bunny hop. Hopefully you could see from those videos the three real component parts, and then as we join them together in a much more dynamic way, we just get that bike in the air, pop, scoop and shove. As we progress and develop, obviously our obstacles can get larger, we can get more confident. So getting over a slightly larger log like this, the technique's the same. Things don't change, we just need to be more explosive, more dynamic with those movements. I'll do it again now. So there it is, the humble bunny hop, broken down and rebuilt. Pop, scoop, shove. Pop the front, scoop the back wheel, shove the whole bike. Really comes down to focusing on the coaching points. Get yourself in that good, strong attack position. Remember those horseshoe shaped arms, keeping that weight centered, keeping the balls of our feet on the pedals. As we approach the obstacle, we're looking 5-10 meters ahead of ourselves, focusing on where the obstacle is, and your brain starts to do that million calculations of that whole movement. Then once we get a little bit closer to the obstacle, we start that pop. We're going to start to bring ourselves up, dragging that bike with us. Almost at the peak, we're scooping those feet, and then in a simultaneous movement, we're shoving that bike forward. Land, compress the landing, soften the knees, smile and ride away. So as I said earlier, we can now take it to a jump, and we're going to go and find ourselves a jump to jump off now, show you how to do a basic fly out. Next time we're going to move on and we'll turn it into jumping through a gap. Hope you find the video useful, hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any comments, obviously leave them below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hopefully we're out of this lockdown soon and back on the trails properly. Take care of yourselves out there, enjoy yourselves, use your skills, get it done.